protesting against COVID restrictions.
I love those trucks. Big, aren't they? Peterbilt.
The city center shut down.
Freedom.
Trucks blocking roads.
I know it's in Canada and overseas.
This is madness.
You know.
It began when thousands of long-haul truckers.
Other people don't know. They just think it's TV. It's just on TV. This is all happening inside your TV.
We're not in China. We are not in Cuba.
Same as everyone else thought that things were just happening inside their computer screen or TV.
Only City of Ottawa only challenge. It is in fact a national challenge.
I'm not bothered because I'm not there, right? But
Demonstrators allegedly spread nails across roads. TJ, we will keep following this.
there's a significant link going on
If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right.
that people don't like.
To subscribe to our channel, and don't forget
People
to
don't
download
like
the
it
new
because
series
it disrupts
after
their
breaking news.
everyday lifestyle. And that's cool, you know, because obviously no one wants their everyday routine disrupted. And there's a pause for thought there for anyone who does realise how deep it's gone. And it's gone really deep. You just been fucked by psyops. Because bones and wounds heal. The psychological abuse heal. It doesn't, it just gets worse when not properly taken care of. And that's where the tough cookie thing comes in. Like I said, I'm not a big strong man. I'm not like a muscle man or anything like that. But to go through what I've gone through just to get some information across, rather just sort of correct people where they were thinking, and they didn't like that because no one likes being told how to think. But they were telling me how to think or how to be when I fucking knew it was wrong. And I said something, and this is what pissed them off. This is what's like made the whole world kind of against me, and they haven't even looked at the information. Fucking shit. It's really fucking great how shit it is, isn't it? People are just so fucking sketchy about this. They just don't tell anyone or don't explain anything when they know. The people who knew more than anything, they're the ones who were muted. They just don't say anything at all. In fact, still carry on with their shitty, shallow conclusions, yeah? This is what kind of like makes someone want to fucking kill them. Yeah, it like this wouldn't go on in America or anywhere with guns, because we'd all be dead by now. Defo, without a doubt. So doesn't anyone in America and places where they have guns realise what's going on? I realised why I was going so mad at mainly these people online who were buzzing off it, of course, yeah? They were buzzing off my immediate circumstance, or the people that knew, and they knew, they monitor them. They monitor them too, and they are quite happy with their shallowness. They're content with that. because it just keeps everything in suspension. And the people who I originally caught out are buzzing, yes, yeah. But the people around me who did know what I was doing and could have known, can know still. But I doubt they will, because they can't. It's obvious that they can't. They're not able to function properly if they do know, or even because it's this accountability. It's an accountability sort of thing. Like, who's accountable? And as I said in a previous video, is that these people have blame shifted. The main ones who I was on about in the first place, yeah, who had nothing to do with anyone around me. I just happened to catch some people out, some heavy duty people, and people around me, all different types of them, couldn't get it. In fact, the more they knew about it, the more they didn't like it. The more they didn't like me doing what I'm doing. And that's obvious. That's really obvious. So fucking obvious. Does anyone in America realise? And YouTube is well up shit's creek for playing with people's heads too, and allowing things to get seen and not. That's really dodgy. That's cheating. That's what's known as cheating. When someone's saying something so majorly special and serious about something, and it just not being acknowledged purposefully, and then held in suspension with bullshit. I'm not bullshitting, remember, remind people again, I'm talking about people around me now, yeah, that I've given my address up online for years about this, yeah. And the reason why I did that was to show people around me how much information I've got to bust these fuckers, right? So people around me, remind your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your best friend or your partner or your housemates. Remind them about that I'm not mad. In fact, people closest to me had emails to clarify that. And what do they do? We know what they did. Nothing. So does that mean then that every single person out there is a narc? Is it? Because that's fucking shit. People online are obviously narcs, and people around me are narcs. It's like the basis, isn't it? Like, that's the fucking foundation. So, I don't know if I want to become a narc or not. I don't know if I am. Oh, shit. Really shit. But people do have to understand that the reason why I went mad in the first place and was doing all this fucking crazy shit was because no one was fucking looking. And realising why I was going so insane. Because who does talk about this shit? And especially these people I spoke about, yeah? Who are like, hey, you know, don't pretend that you don't. Because it's gonna fucking put you up shit's creek. People know. And even empaths, so-called empaths, can't look at this because they realise how hideously painful it is, or it was, it has been. And it's not like I'm just, it's done for me. The realization is there. It's completely completed of where people's heads are at, or were. There's people online who do actually have some sense about them. But can I speak to them? No. They don't want to speak to me either, because they think I'm mad. It's fucking shit. And it all does, it boils down to some really superficial, shitty shallowness. That's what it boils down to. That's what has to be exposed. Is the shallow shittiness of someone's mind. And where they thought they could hold someone else in a circumstance just because it was comfy for them. That's it. That is shit. That's really fucking shit. No one can get out of it either, because it's been done and it's all been shown. Now they don't know what I'm talking about because they've totally ignored it, yeah? That's what's fucking sketchy about this. It's like, how can you get anything across to anyone who just don't understand, who have committed themselves not to understand? And then looking further afield to people who do understand, they realise how fucking serious this was. And they're like, shit, this was heavy duty. And these narcs around me have got the shame on them to call me weak. Why am I weak again? It's not like I'm going around and fucking say, look, I'm strong, look. I don't do that either. But why the fuck am I weak? How's that? How's that work? But, yep. People like love them go, you're just weak. And people believe him. Because it's easier to believe in than to actually see. And what he's done with his allowance of letting this get this far, because obviously he was in his own mind, yeah? Everyone is kind of in their own mind to some extent, but when something does come about that has to be attention paid to it, because it does affect the whole world, yeah? When that gets brought into account, they sketch out. They fucking go crazy. They go freak out. Why? This is weird. This is like it's like a freaking really shit horror movie that's dragged on. It's like, what's that fucking, it's like the Ben-Hur, that really long film. It's longer than that film. That's dragged out because of people's committed ignorance. Again, yep, ignorant as fuck. And because of that ignorance, they've really shown that they're not on the right side of history. They're not. They're not on the upwards. Nope. And that's it. Upwards or downwards. And I'm kind of neutral in a way now, at this moment. But I do still have my door wide open. Still giving out my address. People can still find me quite easily. People have got the brains on them. I've got like a brain cell on them to realise what I gave up to get this across to a wider audience. People know.